to Fanatically Correct. Brought to you by us, fans like you, but mostly us.
In a dark corner of the world, three men will work together to bring you a podcast like no other. This is Fanatically Correct, where the fans, the geeks, and the nerds are always correct. With your host, MSK, G.o.T, and Omega.
Before we get started, I just want to say that I might be, and hopefully maybe you guys are on the same page, but I feel like I'm one of those really lucky people that I kind of doubt that you watch a show and, like, for whatever reason, other people aren't enjoying it, but you're like, I don't get it, but I'm really enjoying this. And
yeah.
I feel lucky because I'm really enjoying this.
Right.
And we're talking about Game of Thrones, our reaction to episode 4 of the final season, season 8. It's, I guess, what are they saying they're calling it online?
It looks like online they're calling it right now The Last of the Starks.
Last of the Starks. Yeah, as of yet, it hasn't. We don't see an official title from HBO, so that'll be linked once we put the. When you're reading this and listening to this, you already know what the name of the episode was.
Yeah.
But so I am your host Omega.
MSK.
Yo, peace.
And I guess one of you take it away because I'm really trying to be reserved right now.
Oh boy. Oh, what's just happened?
I just want to start with the way it started. I think it was the most comedic episode of Game of Thrones I've seen. At least the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
And that changes drastically in the middle. But I just want to start off with that. What did you guys think about that?
Yeah, I like the back and forth that they were having with the celebration and everything that was happening in inside that dining.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I think my favorite part though was definitely the Hound. For some reason, I kind of chuckled really loud when Daenerys called Gendry up, and he went up, and she was about to give him the toast and all that. And I don't know if you go back into the episode and you look, everybody's like kind of standing up or looking around. The Hound is still eating. My man is still eating.
Yeah.
He's not giving. He didn't give two.
But before getting up, which that was a great moment for Gendry to be made Baratheon again. We already know where Daenerys is coming from with that, unfortunately. But it is a big, huge moment in the series in the sense that we all kind of felt that Gendry would be this Baratheon thing. I mean, we really kind of connected it to Arya.
Right.
And unfortunately, as of right now, unless she's pregnant, he got the Arya shut down. So I don't know if that's really going to lead to anything. Yeah, with the Baratheon and the Starks.
In love.
I know that was
in love.
Yeah, he was really and which is crazy because when you call back to it, remember at one point she wanted him when he left with the Red Priestess. She's like, stay with me, and begged him, and thought of a life with that. And I think it might be kind of setting up Arya's death now, because if she can't look at any kind of life past finishing her list, which pretty much Cersei and the Mountain is what's left on it, and honestly, I'm hating Cersei so much right now. I don't care who kills her. So it can be Arya now. It can be Arya now. I really don't care who does it. Yeah. But it's if she can't see a life past that, us as the viewers, we're not seeing a life past that. So it's very possible she's not gonna have a life past that.
I think the Hound and Arya stayed in line pretty much in that scene with their characters. Arya's outside still doing her training or whatever, and the Hound's just drinking beer but not really caring about what's going on around him.
Yeah.
I think that stayed true to their characters.
Well, it was just another day. I mean, Arya, obviously, she showed it. She didn't, and I think that's what drove her away. She did what needed to be done. She didn't want to be praised for it. She didn't kill the Night King to be a hero, to get praised, she's an assassin. She wants to live in the shadows, live quietly, not have attention, not be a lady, not have any of that. And unfortunately, by doing what she did, there's no way around it. She's a hero now. Her name is famous.
And it's great because she says it herself. She says, "I don't like heroes."
Yep.
When she's leaving with the Hound, which is perfect. That's the way those two
like
characters
you said, stay consistent to her character. Yeah, it's great to see them back together, especially after going the route that they've gone and being the completely different people they are. It's almost like they're balanced now. He's more like her than he originally was, and now she's more like he was. You know what I mean? Like she's more cold-hearted, and he's less cold. Like you're gonna have more of a situation now if we could get a whole season of the two of them riding together. Yeah, because it's gonna be him calming her down now. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a very different dynamic in that sense. Yeah. But and then the drinking game during that scene was fantastic. And,
I mean that scene's it was a great setup because everyone was kind of still kind of drained from the whole battle with the Night's King, and no one was really celebrating until Daenerys gave Gendry the Storm's End, and then people started to loosen up and have fun, but everyone was in their own groups, and you still kind of see Daenerys, and that's where the setup is, which was great. The setup of Daenerys kind of being paranoid, the fact that no one likes her, no one wants to be around her, everyone's in their own little group.
Yeah, the Unsullied aren't much for drinking and stuff like that, and I think that it is a little bit of a plot. I mean, I'll be that guy for a little bit. I love the episode. I do not think this was a bad episode. A lot of people are hating it already and whatever. But I mean, there's little points that I felt they should have, maybe shown more. Like the Unsullied weren't there, the Dothraki weren't there yet. When we're looking at the map, now they're showing us, well, not all the Dothraki died. They got cut by more than half. The Unsullied got cut. Everyone's showing how much of their people they lost, but they didn't lose all of them. So you would have figured maybe the Dothraki would have been in that hall. I mean, I guess they got all of them outside in tents or whatnot. But by doing that, it still feels like she's isolating herself, from the north. The way to win the people over is for your people to mix too, not just the lords, of those people. You need the Unsullied to mix with the North, and for the Dothraki to mix with the Wildlings. They're more similar to one another than any of the other. Even though they can't speak the same language, you figure they speak, alcohol and women.
Alcohol and women is definitely
exactly. So they would, but they're not mixing them that way. So it's still showing that separation of her from them, and then she's seeing how they're all, pining, over Jon and who he is, and it just goes right back to, damn it, Daenerys, can you stop being so power hungry? It's like I
think that was just all a setup for what's to come in that episode. And during that scene, I was kind of wondering, well, she's feeling kind of isolated and paranoid, and I'm like, where's Grey Worm and Missandei? Like, where are they? They should be near her, but I guess they don't like the North at all, so they're kind of avoiding everyone. At that moment too.
I mean, did you see that welcoming they got?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Well, before we get to that part of the episode, just one last touch. Jaime and Brienne, that actually happened.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys felt about it. My room was split. I had half the people were very upset. They wanted Tormund to get in there. Yeah. And then the other half was like, no, Jaime and her do finally belong, together, not platonically.
Well, to be honest, Tormund moved on quickly. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she had no interest in him ever, in fairness.
She had no interest.
Yeah. And I mean, just let it be. Yeah. It is what it is. I feel the way they went with Jaime is the right call.
Of course,
for the story, story wise. And I think the Tormund thing, he was heartbroken. It was pretty funny.
And then they played it off.
It's a good meme.
Yeah, and it was exactly, and it was good that the way they played it off. He instantly hooked up with some woman from Winterfell, and it wasn't like it. Yeah, it becomes something. He really was wanted that, but he was drunk and joking, and he still ended up with a woman there, and that's it. It moved on.
I think them getting together, it was something that was bound to happen because of where their arcs were going. Yeah. What did you guys think about when Jaime left, though?
Oh yeah, on my end, I think it's crazy. Yeah, like this does change the dynamics. I really thought he was gonna stay and try to stay out of it, and somehow end up there like with a wave of an army. After what happened to Daenerys' army, and get there that way. But for him to specifically leave to go back and join Cersei, which already we know that's probably not going to be good because I'm hoping they didn't mess up on this show, and that is Euron Greyjoy's child she's pregnant with, and when he finds out that
I don't think I think at this point, if she is pregnant, it's going to be Jaime's kid, and she's just using Euron just to say that it's his kid.
Which is why it's getting to my point that she is not pregnant. Yeah, which is my thing, that she's not pregnant. She's just using these guys she manipulates them however she needs to manipulate them, and that's what she's doing. That's exactly what she's doing. Yeah, she's not that crazy. This she knows what she's doing. So we're not giving her enough credit, and she is crazy. Like, she knows what she's doing. Like,
I just can't believe what the Night King couldn't do, she's, you know what I mean? She's doing it in droves. Like, in this episode alone, we'll just get the cats out of the bag. You know, again, spoilers. You don't get the point that we're talking spoilers here. We're reacting to this No Holds Barred.
Oh boy, that's kind of late, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll put it in the description.
Yeah, no, but the description is in the synopsis. If you've listened to all the other reaction episodes, you know where we're going with this, and we'll go and get out of the way. Rygal's dead. They killed that dragon.
Yeah, super
Misande's
surprising.
dead. Like, I mean, again, that one was. I yelled.
It was awesome.
I yelled WTF. I have not
It was
yet
great.
to.
I loved it.
It came out of nowhere. That first bolt through the wing, and like I was like, what the? And, like, I knew it, and then like I didn't know if she was gonna die, and like I was and when she was flying at the ships, and I know you're sitting there saying the thing like, oh, are you crazy? Like, you know, just like I didn't know how that was gonna end. I thought
but it was great because you hear you hear her theme, you know, her epic, you know, uplifting theme.
Yeah, they're
coming
building
up,
you up. Yes,
and then it hits
better.
you. Then it hits the dragon. And everyone in my, because we were at a watch party. Everyone at that watch party were like, "What the fuck? It just happened."
Yeah, that was exactly. I yelled that. I yelled exactly out loud, and I just couldn't. And then before you get a chance to get your hope back, I'm like, okay, it's one. He'll be and then boop, 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 boop. Like it was like just like he got loaded up. It was like
one
oh,
like
no,
it was over. Yeah, the one
and then that's when the reality kicked in. Like, how many do they have? And then sure enough, you see the whole fleet coming around the corner, and every ship has one on it, and it's on a turret. I was arguing with my mom about this because she's like, "Just burn them," I'm like, "Dude, do you not understand that those things are like this thing's outnumbered badly? It's done." And she was even being dumb enough trying to go forward.
No more flying dragons above like big waters. No more. Like, this is the second dragon that just just in a large body of water. All of a sudden, it's down. Like, no more. Just stay to land.
I don't think there's gonna be any more dragons.
Okay. But I'm saying for that third dragon, just stay on land. Do not go over any oceans. There's no rivers, no ponds. I don't need you to be anywhere near water.
To be on a ship, man. They had to fly.
No more. Walk around. Do something. I don't care, but do not fly over big, large bodies of water anymore, please.
Daenerys is getting crazy. Let's just, I mean, we're jumping around the episode, so we're not going really in order, but what did you think about that scene with her and Jon?
If he really doesn't want it, and he's really willing to look past the fact that, they're related, and still wants to be with her, how dumb is Jon? Like, everyone's like, oh, but Jon's the, and I think so too. Heart wise, Jon's the better leader because he doesn't want it. But I'm really starting to question his intelligence though, because how do you not know who Sansa is by now? Why would you tell her damn thing?
I straight up said liar. Straight up, I said liar.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why he doesn't know who Sansa is by now.
He's too hopeful.
He only knows them as their little
children.
Sisters, or
it's true.
I mean, they've been separated for so long.
I get that, but he's been questioned by her so many times. She's questioned him in front of the men. He's
still
had too many little close arguments.
It's still family, man. Like, you have to think it in the family aspect of it.
He's not going to hide anything from family. That's part of his character.
Oh no, I get that, but he never saw that letter. Remember, they resolved that whole thing and killed Littlefinger with that letter she wrote when she was with them. Mm-hmm. She's not as hard to her loyalty as Arya is. Like, he's dead on right about Arya. He's even dead on right about Bran. But unfortunately, of course, she couldn't hold that back. And she told, and don't think it wasn't plotted, she told the one right person.
She did that on purpose. That's definitely on purpose.
Because she knew it would get to where it needs to get to. Of course. But she knew by doing that, it would get to where it needs to without getting too big.
Yeah, what do you say? It's making him second guess himself on who he really wants to leader. That's all it is.
And she knew he would share it most likely with Varys, her inner circle.
Right.
And in worst case scenario, it gets back to Daenerys that she knows.
Exactly.
And she kind of wants that too. She wants a rift between the two of them that Jon has to choose between the two because he's going to choose family, and she knows that she is Littlefinger now. She is Cersei and Littlefinger. She's becoming.
I wouldn't say she's Cersei, but she's more like a Littlefinger type.
No, I mean she's not evil like Cersei, but she's getting very witted and backhanded like Cersei, but just better at it the way Littlefinger was, but still with the excuse that it's for like a Varys. It's for the right reason. Varys already talking.
She did tell the Hound. She did tell the Hound. Without Littlefinger, without
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Ramsay,
I would still be a little bird. Yeah, she said she'd still be a little bird.
She did say that. So she's right.
It's true. And it's true. And you knew that was the moment, like, well, here we go. And then sure enough, there it's going. And now with this happening, and it's hard because, it's like you want Varys and Tyrion, to tell Daenerys when she's at the table after the dragon got killed and, they, kidnap Missandei and she's losing her mind. He's like, I'm telling you, you told me to tell you. And he's, this is a bad idea. And it's like, it's hard because they all are scared of her. And I understand being scared of her, especially when she's mad. But it's like, listen, if you wanted to play world domination, you're going to crack some eggs to make this omelet. I understand being upset and personal, and you could take it personal when we're beheading her, but for now you need to be calculated, you need to be calm, and I'm not saying don't take it personal, but put it in a little box to the side till we get there. But jumping the gun is going to keep putting us where we're at, and that's where they are.
No, she's losing her mind, man.
She's down the dragon,
and I get the feeling
the other dragon's almost useless. It's like,
I get the feeling now. What happened to Missandei? She's gonna put it all on Tyrion. Knowing, and we kind of talked about this last episode, she can't say that it's her own fault. She has to point fingers at other people. Exactly. And it's going to go straight to Tyrion, and she's going to cast them out. And what's eventually going to happen is Tyrion's going to go on Jon's side. Yeah,
it is. And he knows it too. And that's why he's trying to, and it makes sense, marry them. The problem is she doesn't want to wed under those conditions. Even if they get married, which is what she eventually is aiming for, it's him with no power except Lord of the North, and she full-on queen. Unless, something were to happen or they must by default. But not as their queen and king together. It's not going to happen. And Varys is right, in that aspect.
Varys is completely right, yeah.
But she'll end up killing him. She warned him not to conspire against her. And he's already doing it. He's already talking it. And if Tyrion goes
Varys is going to die because of Daenerys. And I think at some point, Tyrion is going to get threatened by Daenerys. Maybe to the point where she might want to think about killing him. But she's just going to cast him out, kind of like how she did with Jorah the first time. And that's when Tyrion's going to be like, all right, she's not fit to rule. I'm going to go with Jon. Yeah. Unless Daenerys, gets her shit together, but I don't see that happening.
This is why
I think now all the top people except for Jon, so it's again pointing to, doesn't mean it's going to happen because I can just be them setting us up to be let down when he dies or something. But they're really bringing all the top tier people back down now. We're starting to despise Sansa again. Yep. We're starting, can continue down this route of despising Daenerys now. Cersei, obviously, we despise her. We despised her since the beginning. So it's like they're really giving us no other option to root for other than Jon or somehow a second place person like Gendry or Tyrion or someone like that end up on the throne that we know overall is better than Daenerys.
This is why I know that they're actually, I feel like they actually are setting us up, and Jon is not going to have that throne at all.
Exactly, because now we're hoping for it and need it, and that's how we don't get it. It makes complete sense. Yeah. But I got a side note for a second, because I will keep on this tangent, but I gotta say, come on, Ghost, come on, seriously.
Oh man, you brought that up. I can't believe you brought that
seriously?
up. Man.
Look, I'm mourning the.
I don't think Ghost is gone.
I'm mourning the dragon because the dragon's actually dead, and I'm glad they didn't kill Ghost. And the dragon had its moment, big time, because Ghost ran into that crowd. We never saw him again. Yeah. The dragon at least had his time, fought Viserion, did his part. We saw him healing, which was messed up. That's what, it impacted us when he got clipped. But, Ghost is like, and he's all sad. And Jon doesn't even go pet him, hug him goodbye. Nothing. Just take my dog. Just take him. He belongs up north.
Just take him.
It's like,
come on, HBO.
That's a big hint.
Even hug. Thanks for everything you've done.
Seriously. It's just, no, but, big hint that he might turn it all down to rewall the north, because I don't know how comfortable I feel that we could be 100% sure. I mean, they burned all those bodies at the beginning, which we said had to be done and should be done from now on, because you don't know if there's Night King 2.0. You can't risk it. But I really hope there is something to that aspect, and that could be the hint that Jon ends up back north where he belongs.
With the wildlings.
Yes, he is half Targaryen, but he's not. His heart is north.
With the wildlings.
I think you brought that up. I wanted to bring that up, actually. I think he's going to end up like the Maester. I forgot his name. Aemon. Yeah. Maester Aemon. That is a Targaryen, but served the Night's Watch. And turned it all down. Now that there's no Night's Watch or any threat, really, I think what's going to end up happening, and this is just my theory, is that I think Daenerys is going to die. She's going to die somehow. Jon is going to find himself in the north with Tormund and kind of trying to rebuild the wildlings and not necessarily the wall, but just maintaining the true north, like Tormund says. And I think there won't be a throne. I think somehow Tyrion is going to set up some sort of democracy type situation. But I don't think there's gonna be a throne. And we were talking about this in the watch party that I was in too. I think a lot of people are feeling that you know how she was saying like she wants to break the wheel and all that. Yeah. And at one point, Tyrion, I think it was Varys saying to Tyrion that he could be a really good ruler at one point. Yeah. I think all of that is going to come back to play somehow. It could. And I really think that there won't be a throne to claim.
This could be a situation where they start some type of, a board, you know what I mean? Like a Congress or a Senate or, a council, something to that extent where everyone, each kingdom has a say. And that could be the direction they aim in, and that would be breaking the wheel. But it's almost like it feels like, you should have never left Essos. She was a better person at Essos. It was about freeing people and the betterment of the people and there being no slaves. And here she's like, my destiny is to remove all tyrants. It's like, yeah, well, if you become one, then you didn't remove all of them, did you? You just added yourself to the mix.
Well, there's another thing that could happen is she could really really understand that she's kind of losing her shit and kind of revert back to, all right, yeah, I'm kind of being a tyrant, let me sit back here. And what will probably happen is she will go back to Essos. Jon goes to the north, and then pretty much Tyrion runs
ends up running King's Landing,
the 7 kingdoms. So all 3 of them have their own kingdom, essentially to rule.
Don't forget.
And then I would leave Sansa. I mentioned Bronn a little bit earlier, but he's another one. Like, come on, seriously, him too. Like, I really did not think he'd go that route.
Kingdom.
I know. You know what? It's kind of cool though, because he was a cutthroat at the beginning. We put too much stock in him, and all 3 of us, we were agreeing like, nah, he's not gonna do it. So I know I'm not alone in this. We put a lot of stock that he is, he's not just playing the part, that he really was befriending Tyrion, and he really was befriending Jaime. And like, no, I mean, especially when he punched Tyrion, all of that banter was good. But it's just like, are you gotta be kidding me? Like, just kill this guy. Like right now, as he's walking out, you yell, Brienne, Tormund, you take your pick. Let one of these top players snuff this guy. Yeah. Send Arya after him. Like come on. Yeah. I can't believe this. But
I think the most important thing in that this episode did was they do pretty much do a full circle. Pretty much, you see them growing through all this, but they do kind of revert to the people they always were. Yeah. Jaime goes back to Cersei. Bronn is still a cutthroat no matter what. Yeah. Arya goes back with the Hound, and she does what even though she's like a hero already, she ends up going back to King's Landing because that's what she thinks she was meant to do. Like, everyone is going back to do the things that they initially wanted to do.
Yeah, the thing with Jaime though, I feel, in my personal opinion, I think he's doing. Obviously, he told Brienne this, but I think he told her on purpose that he was going back to her. But I think he did it just so she doesn't follow him. But he's got other plans, and I feel like he will be the one that's gonna take care of her. That's just my honest opinion.
Oh, I think that's what could end up happening, but I don't think that's his goal. I think his goal is he just feels like he needs to be there because he knows what's coming is hellfire.
I think he just said that. In my opinion, I think he just said it so she doesn't follow and to be able to get in there and do whatever he's got to do.
I kind of agree. I mean, I have a feeling that he's gonna go there. Because I really think he could try, kind of like Tyrion. Tyrion went up, he passed her hand, Cersei's hand, to talk directly to Cersei to see if she could listen to common sense. I think Jaime's going to try to do the same thing, but she's not going to listen, obviously. And that's when he's going to kill her.
That's another wonderful wonder. I really thought Tyrion was going to die this time. Like, oh, not again. Like, Tyrion is not doing this. I'm going to walk up to her and she's going to take pity on me. Again, I think you're about to get lit up by 100 arrows.
He keeps getting, like, I just don't understand what is wrong with this man. Close. Like, how many times?
It's insane. It is now to the point where she wants him to suffer and watch, like, she's like so confident.
Everyone else died.
Yeah, she wants to make him watch what's going to happen before he dies, type of thing. And especially now because she can't go full on dragon now. They have to climb those walls and get to those giant crossbows.
It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hand to hand. And then once they shut, and that is where the fight is. The fight is they're not even trying to get in after her at the throne room or any of that. They just need to breach the top of the walls, not even breach the full wall into the town. They just need to get those crossbows down, bring down those crossbows, and then the dragon is totally in play, and she's gonna use it now. After them killing the other dragon, she's definitely gonna burn that city up. Women, children. This is Nagasaki. This is Hiroshima. This is gonna be some bad stuff. She does not care, and she's in her head, and that's what she said, I want the people to know, because that's how she's justifying in her mind. She's justifying it is it's not my fault, I'm doing this because she made me do this, so there's no choice.
But she's already lost her mind just thinking that way. She's
Missandei, Raga,
she doesn't care about people anymore.
and then now her head of her military, Grey Worm, he's all for let's get in there. He's not going to be a voice of reason.
He's definitely not thinking,
and he's her military voice, because now Jorah Mormont, which now you see the importance of him dying off in the last episode, he's the only other person that would be a kind of a general in the military. The ones she have left are Dothraki, who they're always down for a fight. That's what they showed up for. That they're, you know what I mean? They're not going to talk her out of anything like that. And then Grey Worm. And Grey Worm now, he does not have the counsel of Missandei. He's going to want to avenge Missandei. He's going to want to kill. Like, now I'm rooting for him to be the one to kill Cersei. Or the Mountain. He has just cause just as much as everyone else has.
That'd be nice if you put him against the Mountain with somebody else who actually takes him down.
Yeah, well, I definitely want to see that. I definitely want to see a 3-on-1 with the Mountain of three key characters.
Arya,
I think
the Hound.
Yeah, I would have thought Arya the Hound and Brienne, but Arya the Hound and Grey Worm. Grey Worm would be awesome. That would be awesome. Nice. As we're starting to wrap up, I'll let you guys talk last, but I see that episode 6 might not be the big epic battle type of stuff we're looking for. We could be surprised, but it's going to be a lot of yada yada, flash forward where things end up, because it looks like we're getting a big battle now.
I don't think we're going to get a flash forward. I think you're right. Most of the battle might take place. I think most of the battle might take place next episode, but I think some of them will leak through the 6th episode and then a close out. I don't think there's going to be a flash forward though. I don't see that happening. But real quick before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you guys: do you guys think Jorah purposely told Daenerys to keep Tyrion in the crypt so Tyrion could survive and kind of make sure Daenerys doesn't go crazy, because Jorah already saw that happen?
Pretty much, it's exactly what it looked like. I think that he loved her too much and wasn't a strong enough. Like, I don't think he felt that she respected his intelligence. She respected his love and his loyalty and his oath, but she does respect Tyrion's intelligence, which is why she gets so mad at him when he's wrong or when he makes a mistake, because she holds him in such a high regard of his cleverness and his mind, and he recognizes that, and he totally does feel what you just said. Out of everyone who's left, Tyrion, more so than him, is the best voice of reason that she could possibly have. And Missandei would have been the other one, and now, I mean, this is.
But she's definitely not gonna listen to him now. I do not see any more hands or anyone that's gonna be able to talk her down from it. Maybe Jon will be the closest thing that will kind of get her to see something, but that's about it. That's just,
no, I don't think anymore. Now that Jon told Sansa, I don't think that's gonna happen anymore
to her, which it will. But I'm just people know. 8 people, that's a wildfire in this world, man.
It is.
That's gonna spread so fast,
and that's what Sansa wanted.
Yeah.
The only thing I really didn't like is the fact that we didn't see Arya and Sansa's reaction to Jon telling them that he's a Targaryen.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I mean, it's cool. It would have been cool to see, but I don't think.
I think they did it for a reason. We already got the reaction of Jon finding out. Then we got the reaction of Daenerys finding out. I think it's already. It would actually might have been a little played out.
It would have been cool though. It would have been.
We want to get that, but no, I wouldn't have minded it. But I think
just a quick reaction.
Yeah,
at least
just something like their faces are like, oh my god, like yeah.
Especially Sansa, because I mean we see where
Sansa would have given her that. Would have given him that I'm smiling back, but I'm like plotting in my head what to do type of deal. Like you know that look that she gives when she's plotting.
That's what it was gonna happen. Yeah. I'm just wanted to say I really don't think anyone but the 8 people are gonna know that Jon's a Targaryen. I think only the 8 are gonna know.
Well, I think
I don't. I think that's gonna spread so fast, man.
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, I don't think
unless he gets the throne. I mean, if everyone else knows, he has to get the throne.
That's the thing.
Not by choice.
Really,
exactly.
But that's the thing. At the end, either if he stays alive, he would not take that throne. No matter what anyone says, he will go to the north. And
but that's what they hinted at with Varys, when Varys is saying, "I'm going to do what I have to do," and what he has to do is just start spreading it, because by spreading
he's gonna do.
That's the whole the whole concept is make the people force him to do it, and start the wildfire and start conspiring. And unfortunately for Varys, and that's why you said that he's gonna end up dying at Daenerys' hand, because it's gonna be real easy to quickly trace the route. And Tyrion's not, he can lie, but for things like that, I don't know how it's gonna play out. I don't see him really overly protecting Varys in that situation, because it's like, disloyal to me.
Maybe he'll try, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah. If I don't know, we'll see how 8 people can make a lot of people know where to find something, which is a great segue for.
What to find us?
That wasn't great. I wouldn't say great. Good job.
Something before we end.
So honestly, you can just find us on Fanatically Correct on Facebook. If you go to fanaticallycorrect.com, you'll find our podcast there on PodBean. But always our handles on Twitter, on Instagram, it's FanCorrect, and our phone number is 786-704-8404, and you can just give us a call and let us know how we're doing. So that's about it.
And I just gotta say, I really do, going back to the beginning of the episode, them burning all the bodies like that. I guess everyone was saying, why did they just use the dragons to do that? And I was like, come on, that's like, you burn your enemies with your dragons, not your friends. Yeah, you use the torches.
Jesus.
But I just do like the like,
my friends just died. Let me just have this dragon fire.
Flambe. It's like so wrong.
Yeah. We're hungry.
Plus the dragons were tired.
We want to drink. We're hungry. Do this quickly. Get that dragon out there. Come on.
But I'm saying, like, that's got to be from now on in all of Westeros, burn the bodies. Like I said at the beginning, I'm gonna keep saying it, you got to burn all the bodies, because again, I really hope they end this somehow with some type of callback to who specifically the Night King is or was, even if it's a theory that it's Bran or whatever it is. I really want something. Or
maybe not all the White Walkers are gone.
That's I'm hoping there's something more to this.
So I got 2 points before I leave.
Do it.
So my first, I just want to, like, the first thing is the scene that I have a problem with was with when the dragon died. I have a problem with it because I don't know why she didn't just go really far out to the side and then came around on the back of the actual ships and just burned them from the back.
Those things were on turrets. Oh my god, I went through this argument with my watch party. So they can spin them the other direction.
Can they spin it?
Yes, those things were able to move left and right. And
so here's my other thing.
You watch Vikings. All they gotta do is move the sails a little bit, turn the ships a bit turret.
So here's my other thing. Why didn't she go to the side, right?
Yeah.
And then just left, and then give them a couple of chances without them even knowing, and then come through the back and then burn them up where they weren't even looking.
Well, because at that point it was just get out of dodge. I mean, in fairness, it's like they were done. They got ambushed. Their ships were getting torn apart. And if she would have gone to, like, it really was at that point, it was just survive to fight another day. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. You know, that's all that was about.
They got
taken by surprise.
Those things
they lost.
Spinning around. That's all I'm saying. They
better
show
and the ones
on
the walls too. The ones on the walls do too. So she can't, same thing. She can't come from the side of King's Landing or the back. They need to breach that wall.
Those things don't turn around, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm letting you know right now.
Then you're right. And you know what? I'll have the same problem. If they don't, then I have the exact same problem. Then I'll be like, nah. She could have come around with the dragon taking them out.
And the other thing is,
my problem is Ghost.
The line, no, not even Ghost. Ghost, I'm done with Ghost. HBO.
That's my problem.
CGI, damn it! You didn't CGI Ghost, man, at any point. But getting back to my problem, it wasn't even a problem. But that great line that when Tyrion was talking to Bran, that great line that Bran threw him at him.
Oh, I always live in the past.
I live in the past.
I mostly live in the past now. Yeah.
I cannot wait to see what he's talking about. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, they have to show that, and I was talking about that earlier too. They have to show.
Yeah, that was two key points that I wanted to put in there before we leave, because we already passed our.
Yeah, we're way past that. I think we should wrap it up.
MSK's gonna have to
wrap it up, guys.
Do some editing, but yeah. So Ghost, please, Ghost, no more Ghost. But yeah, we'll wrap it up, and till the next episode, it's gonna be very interesting. That's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be another big. Oh my God, what just happened? So
or not,
we'll see.
or maybe not. At this point, I have no idea.
And you know what? I'm still enjoying the show.
Yeah, exactly. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, so I don't care. Everybody else is not enjoying it. Yeah. I'm sorry for you.
I'm sorry.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I feel sorry.
So on that note, Omega saying peace.
MSK, peace out.
Yo, peace, Peters.
And there you have it, folks. This has been Fanatically Correct. Until next time, you crazy kids. Signing off.